Hello, inflation fighters. Thank you for joining me, the Penny Nanny, where we watch over every cent. Today is Friday, so TGIF, I hope you guys all had a good week. And it is also menu plan. A couple other things first. The weather here is supposed to be terrible this weekend. High gusty winds, rain. It's just supposed to be awful. And what's sad about that is I normally would be going to a pantry tomorrow morning. But it's just going to be too crappy out. Excuse my language, but it's just going to be too crappy out to drive. So unfortunately, that's not going to happen. I'm coming to you live from my bedroom. I did some mopping and I didn't think about it before I started, and I started in my kitchen and dining room area, which is usually where I do the video. So hopefully you're enjoying a little bit different background here. So our plan this weekend is just we're gonna cook, and my husband's gonna do a couple projects indoors in the house, and that's about it. And watch the Packers lose, probably again on Sunday. So that's it for our plans. So my son's birthday is coming up. It's next week. It's on Tuesday. And we don't have very good pizza up here. Most of it's pretty nasty, and we all kind of end up getting stomach aches from it. But there is a place that my son discovered. It's a food truck, actually. It's called Jolly Street Pizza, and it's delicious. I mean, it's from an Italian family, and the crust is fantastic. The toppings are great. The only problem is their food truck isn't open on weekdays. So we would have to get a pizza from there on, on Saturday, because that would be, they're open Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So we would get one on Saturday. Now I just messaged them on Instagram to find out if they do like a partially baked pizza that we could keep in the refrigerator and then bake it here on his birthday. And the reason we're having this is that we asked him if he wanted anything special for dinner. And additionally, he wanted to have a cake, but he wanted to have a Pepperidge Farm cake. Now, I don't know if you have ever had a Pepperidge Farm cake before, but it's this particular one that's a fudge cake. So it's chocolate frosting, chocolate cake with fudge in between the layers. And it's just his favorite. So, yeah, and it's ironic that he wanted pizza because he's adopted from Haiti, and he didn't know any English when we brought him to the States. And he was almost 2 years old. It was 2 months from his second birthday. But the first word he ever spoke was pizza. And it's remained his favorite food ever since. So it's kind of ironic. But so hopefully that can happen. And if not, he's got a second choice for pizza. I'm not real thrilled because it's daylight savings time this weekend and it's going to be dark outside when they open, which is at 4 in the afternoon. And they're about half hour away. So it's, I've not driven in the dark yet. So I'm either going to ask my husband to run or to practice with me over the weekend. He's probably not going to want to do it. And I really don't want to do it either if the weather's going to be that crappy. But, it's got to get done. So, and it's getting close to deer hunting season up here too. So the deers are out in full force. You're seeing more carcasses along the road. So, it makes me a little nervous about driving. But if all else fails, I'll ask my son to go pick him up. I know it's his birthday, but I'm sure he wouldn't mind. especially if he's getting what he wants for his birthday. And I'm excited to celebrate for him. He's started a new job, and he's had a lot of changes happen recently, so I just want him to have something special for that night. So looking forward to that. Okay, on to the menu plan. Tonight we're going to have ranch drumsticks. Now, you remember I told you how simple this recipe is. It can be as simple as taking ranch salad dressing and pouring it over and just letting it be in the slow cooker all day. This time I didn't have any ranch dressing, but I do have the ranch flavor packet, so I can make dip and things from it. So what I did instead is I used a can of cream of celery soup. It's not something that we normally would like to eat, but it probably will blend well with the ranch dressing because it's vegetable based. And so I just put a can of the cream of celery over it, and then generously sprinkled the ranch seasoning on top. So now the drumsticks are partially thawed, so there should be a juice, excuse me, that comes from the drumsticks. It'll blend all together, and it'll be really nice for dinner. Last night we had a little switch of menu plans because we had bagels that I thought I had frozen, but they were sitting in the refrigerator, and I wanted to use them before they went bad. So I just made some oven baked bagel sandwiches that had egg, bacon, and cheese, all pantry items. But my husband, we kind of have this unwritten rule. Like, I do all the prep work, I make dinner, I do all those things, and he kind of takes care of the food afterwards. But he was really tired last night and went to sleep without taking the leftovers out of the oven and putting them in the fridge. And so they didn't survive. And I hate wasting food. It was disappointing because I was looking forward to offering one to my son to have for breakfast this morning. Or maybe even having one myself later. I didn't eat it last night because I had enough cheese during the day and I didn't want any more cheese. So at some point I'll probably do that recipe for a Tasty Tuesday. So the drumsticks we're having tonight, along with some leftover hamburger patties that we have. And then I'm going to make those cauliflower tots. And I'm going to try them in the air fryer instead of doing them in the oven, just to see if they get a little bit more crispy. I don't know if that's going to work or not, but it might work. So yeah, so that's what we're going to have tonight. And then we still have Halloween cookies left over, so that'll kind of be our dessert for the weekend. I haven't really come up with an appetizer yet for the weekend. It just doesn't feel like an appetizer weekend for some reason. I'm not sure. But if I do get motivated, we have a lot of eggs, and we might make deviled eggs. Then tomorrow we're going to have pork roast done in the slow cooker with some baby red potatoes. And then on Sunday, I'm going to make with the leftovers of that. And I know we're going to have a lot of leftovers. So we will just freeze those and have them at a later date. But we're going to make Cuban sandwiches. So, and that's something I'll do for Tasty Tuesday, hopefully. Because you can make them ahead of time and then just grill them when you're done. So it's a process of, we had some Italian loaf that we got from a pantry, and it's big enough to cut into like 4 sub sandwich size rolls. So you take the pork, the shredded pork, and you shred it, and then you put a piece of ham or two around it. And then on the bun, it's mustard and cheese, which we were going to use provolone, and pickles. And then you press it so it's kind of like a panini. But that's what we're going to have on Sunday. And then Monday we're going to have a roast beef from the slow cooker. A roast beef, but roast beef cooked in the slow cooker. I'm not sure about the side dish yet. We'll have to decide what we're going to do with that, but we'll have that, and probably maybe instant mashed potatoes. And then on Tuesday, I'm going to make beefy mushroom sandwiches. So what that entails, Campbell's makes a soup called golden mushroom or beefy mushroom, and you just use that and dump it over the roast, shred that, and put it on a bun. I mean, it's very simple to have. Love it though. And so hopefully we'll be able to, wait a minute, Tuesday we're having pizza. So this will be on Wednesday, we'll have those sandwiches. And then Thursday it'll just be leftovers of everything, from pizza to whatever else. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. I'm gonna probably have to do a pantry run, go to the quarterly pantry, because we're missing out on this other one here, and we do need some things. So I want to see what we can get before we make any purchases, obviously. And then I've got a story to tell you next week for applying for insurance. That was very interesting. But the money. So at any rate, that's kind of what the menu plan is and what we're going to do for that. So I will have a pantry video up on Monday. I think it's either a supplemental or it's using the vouchers. Yesterday I went and used some of those vouchers because I needed bananas. I have to keep my potassium levels up. And the bananas, I only get organic for now. I mean, I know that'll probably have to change. But they were $1.50 a pound. And to get enough for 8 days, it was like almost 5 pounds of bananas. So it was expensive. And then I got 2 ripe tomatoes, just to have for sandwiches and such, but that came to $10. That used the whole voucher. So that was pretty, shocking. But I'm so thankful that we had those to be able to use, and we still have 2 more left for now. So yeah. Anyway, that's it. So I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I hope the weather's better for you wherever you're living than it is here. And that you can enjoy yourself and relax and prep yourself for a productive and happy next week. So with that said, be well, be blessed, and know you're taken care of. Bye now.